Night. Here comes Lucid up to the top lane. As Kingen has set this up, a bit of damage into Perfect. Can be hard to lock down the Udyr, who does go for the Ghost. As there's the twisted advance. Do they have the damage is really the question. As here comes Pillshake, they just give up on it, and now Lucid's in a rough spot. He's trying to run away from this one, and he will have to flash away. That flash afterwards from Pillshake, not great, but he gets in range, and now the Maokai in a lot of trouble. Does go in a Perfect, though, and they trade the kill back. Kingen gonna get a kill for himself.
Yeah, Kingen gets a kill for himself, and we'll have
with
to
the way the bot lane is going. It's not a gigantic lead, but it definitely feels like they have the pressure. As Kanabaraz going to be coming in, and BDD is ganking on Smolder, and it might just be enough damage. So it's going to force Kingen away. Here comes Bob, do a little bit extra and get the slowdown, and now Kingen doesn't have anywhere to go. Eats the oranges, isn't enough. One more kill would do it, and he gets the kill. BDD kills him under the turret.
And Showmaker was not even able to follow the rotation. Wasn't there. Get the dragon you mentioned. It's in trade for the grubs. But bottom side is completely under their control.
Getting engaged on here, gonna knock Barrel in, but he doesn't care. Only level 5 is Moham, and level 6 is the Ashe. Moham getting super low, and he will be taken down. Barrel, unfortunately, gonna secure that kill, but it's still a kill for KT's bottom lane.
Yeah, they're getting a kill while also getting the dragon at the same time. Lucid's cross map is gonna be from the previous exchange, and that's gonna be a kill. Goes over to Barrel, but still a big win. A plate is down bottom side. They're up 13 CS on the Ashe, and we're still topside.
And he stays to hit the barrel. Isn't enough damage, though. The CP very squishy at this point in time. It's just another kill to KT, and now Lucid gets baited into the fight. And these two tanks nearly able to dive the turret, but they force the flash of Lucid. And here comes BDD.
Got his ultimate. He might be able to snipe him here. He's going for it.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
Oh!
Lucid is not looking. He's just going to be taken down.
No way, BDD. Oh man, Valdez, this is a disaster for Dplus. And you know what? You and I both said it. We were like, special right now here in the LCK, but it's making it work again.
Yeah. Generally, I was going to be okay if it was just going to sit in the front line and be a sponge for the Smolder, but he has done so much more than that. As now they engage on a Pillshake. This is a very tanky Sejuani. Can they get through him? The answer is no, as aiming totally whips the ult, hits nothing. And now Barrel and the rest of the team is following up here as Lucid has to flash away. So low are the health bars. As Deft actually getting a little bit too far ahead of his team, and now Pillshake not able to follow up, aiming able to punish him. And here comes Dplus Kia, a couple of kills going their way as BDD, very, very strong though, gonna get slowed up here. And now BDD is looking to challenge the two of them. Going on in, taking a bunch of damage. He's got aiming behind him as well. It's BDD versus the world.
He's definitely dead here, aiming around the corner. You have to think.
Oh, he's still fighting this one out. He doesn't have his flap, and he will be taken down as the TP goes into the top lane and just running away from the barrels. Another thing that Udyr can do well.
Sounds like some of the fans on our side of the arena got a little bit too enthusiastic about how the early game went. The fight and the turn looked so good.
After all of that. And yeah, I mean, KT is still ahead on gold by 1,000, and it's Infernal Soul in this one. As KT do look to take down the Rift Heralds. They have all 5 members over here. Meanwhile, King just free farming. They're going to look for Lucid, who doesn't have sums at this point in time. He's just going to be food, not able to take out Barrel. And down will go Lucid.
Yeah, that Leandri's not really going to help him in this situation, but, you know, I don't know if he had any other tank item first, if he would have lived either with all that CC. Super frustrating, though, when you've got to be the guy up in the front line. You've got to be getting that information, that intel. He just ends up getting left out to dry, unfortunately, and Perfect's going to come over here, challenge Kingen.
Yeah, I mean, this is a really long lane. Perfect, a little bit unsure about himself, doesn't want to be next to the barrel, but he's got Ghost up, so he's still going to continue chasing. Turtle to absorb some of that damage, lands the stun. Kingen in a bit of a rough spot. He's also got Pillshake coming over. Kingen desperate to take down Perfect, but he can't quite do it, as now it's a 3-on-1, and Perfect will net himself a 3rd kill.
Yeah. I mean, meanwhile, on the other side of the map, you know, there's somebody down to kill them before an objective fight.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I mean, Kingen is definitely struggling. I still do think that the GP will serve a function, but he's been very far behind. We saw Kingen actually, I think it was against Bro. He got far behind. He even flashed into a Lilia bowling ball, and it was really rough. and then he eventually carried the late game anyway. So a massive engage under the turret as Barrel, no chill at all, just going in, and the follow-up is not quite there, and now the rest of the team is getting baited in as well. Perfect, and the Smolder BDD able to get a couple of kills. Perfect is so deep in that one that BDD can't quite follow up. Maybe a bit over-aggressive.
Yeah,
Barrel.
that was definitely a little bit. Feels pretty insane. Kingen does have Demolish, and is going to try to take this turret out completely uncontested right now. Has the barrage. That shouldn't have happened.
Why did they just... Okay, well, they're maybe going to be able to punish him after the fact, as here comes the bomb from the sky once again, but BDD is not able to follow up, and they just get away with the free Drake, and Kingen's farming the side lane.
Yeah, free Drake, free turret. And BDD just hit 220 to have it, obviously, but it's really the stacks that are going to make him more relevant later on. The Udyr going to use gold in the early game very well, but otherwise isn't going to really feel as good as maybe an MF and a Corki. As here comes Moham.
Oh boy, they're just trying to face check into the river, and this time Pyosik is just going to be punished, and that one felt like it was free as well. I mean, he just kind of sticks his nose in there. He's like, hey, what's going on, guys? DK, take him down. That's the jungler of KT gone, and it might just be an early Baron for DK.
Yeah, let's see if they can stop the Smolder from really burning them down. I mean, there's a very late rotation over from KT.
They're just not really in position to challenge this either. I mean, BDD's doing damage to an Alistair. Moham doesn't care. And now you've got the combo, the turn coming in. They already took the Baron, and BDD can't do anything. Deft and BDD just running away from this one. DK, they get so much value out of this. They're just wondering if they want more.
Deft's going to have to flash.
And, well, I guess they wanted more. It's not looking good, though. They need to flash away. BDD nearly dies. And now might just be flashed on here. The cannon barrage gets him, and a big one to the face of Deft. And finally, DK find that little bit of extra value. The disengage cone will get Perfect out, but DK, they surge into the lead.
Yeah, and that's a huge pick onto Pyosik there. Just no control over that part of the map, and he just sticks his nose where it doesn't belong. So to kind of continue with your analogy, and Dplus
have a good way to stop them. I talked about this in drafts, like, yes, you've got the Smolder, you've got great scaling, but DK from ahead, you've got Corki GP and MF, who's just...
BDD is going to get stronger, but it's just, you need time in a team fight with Smolder to actually win it. And if he gets hit by a barrel chain, that's the end of the fight. If he gets hit by the edge of an MF ult or caught by Sleandries, that ends up being a really nice late game spike, because it means that he can do damage pretty consistently with all of his abilities, including his Q, of course, but we burning health bars down. Something like he just did there with the Achu would be much more valuable if he had that. Is Moham?
That is an Alistair. They're just going to counter engage onto Perfect, who is getting pretty low. He is Udyr trying to run away, but now the engage follow up onto everybody. Mob comes down and everything is burning as Solo are the health bars, aiming not able to do much, throws an ult into Deft. And now Moham trying to just get a little bit out of this one, but just has to get away from Perfect. And now aiming in a really rough spot himself, trying to take down Pyosik. Showmaker gets one, but it's KT who win the fight in a big way, 3-1.
Right before Baron. Pyosik's still alive here, has his smite. Showmaker sitting at, just under half health. He's first Infernal Dragon of the game.
It should. I'm glad that you say it that way, because this is, you wonder why the series are always so close between DK and KT. Well, this is one.
Some additional combat prowess. See if Rel can find that engage barrel on the flank.
Yeah, you see Showmaker trying to tip away. KT not really pushing Lucid out of this one, though, so he is in, and it goes to flip, and it's Infernal Soul to DK, as this fight as well is pretty close. Barrel going to be taken out. BDD super low. He's being burned to a crisp by the Infernal Drake. And down he will go. Showmaker and aiming are Solo themselves. They're going to back away. But DK, man, they get it tossed back to them, and they're able to catch it.
Yeah, Kingen is trying to chase down Perfect and Pyosik here. He's got those Infernal stats.
Yeah, TP's going to come in here. I think they just need to use this timing to try to push a little bit more.
Yeah, they're going to try to turn this into an inhibitor. They have this huge wave here. Even though KT have Baron buff, those Baron minions aren't going to defend this inhib. And if anyone else dies, I mean, they might be able to actually get even more here. Everyone for Dplus completely grouped. BDD's not up for 20 seconds.
All right, they're just doing a little bit of posturing outside of the turrets, but there's no wave here.
This game is just going to come down to the Elder fight. I think with the inhibitor being the bot inhibitor, it's actually pretty nice for KT because they can just consistently clear that one.
Yeah, the timing is pretty much impeccable on that item. Deft able to check at least with some hawk shots. Beryl in a little bit of trouble as he is having to crash down, and now he has to flash as well. Ton of damage done the other way though. Aiming super low, in goes Perfect, and he's just gonna die. Tries to get the kill on a aiming, as it's just kind of a drive-by into death from Perfect. And now, he's dead.
I don't know if that's necessarily going to be enough to get. I don't hate the idea, but I think the judgment was a little bit off. As now they're just on Elder.
Look at this. Pyoshik, he's trying to get in on the left side, but he cannot. Oh, he's trying to get in, and he does. He's going to smite it away. The Elder Drake goes to BDD, and now DK can't go anywhere near that guy, but they do take
the Elder and the Smolder that it just does so much tick damage. Does still have his GA available as well, so you really have to consider, okay.
They're just going to run into them. I mean, he's got Elder, but that will go deft as well. Jeez, the damage from the Infernal Soul is just ridiculous. And it's a trade of 80 carries, one of them which had Elder. I feel like DK will take that, but it's still KT in control of the mid lane for now.
Yeah, they need to get an inhibitor, though, I feel like, and there's only 20 seconds left on this Elder, so looks like Dplus have really staved off the pressure. Yeah, they get this inner turret. The gold from that isn't that valuable. It will open up that. Look, Barrel's engage is what everyone's got their eyes on right now. He has flash ult, and Dplus need to respect it.
Oh, they're TPing bot. They want to end the game. They don't care about the Elder Drake. They want to take the game. Here comes the Barrel engage. That is a massive bullet time, but the sun comes in onto aiming, and it's a flip for the Elder. It goes the way of DK, and down will go Barrel. Lucian will also bite the dust, but the Elder Drake is enough. The TP is coming in, but it's too late. Oh, he does get in, but Showmaker just has enough damage to push him away. And BDD all alone, the sad little baby dragon, will not win the game for the team.
The one thing that we've seen like this, you mentioned it, pulling people to the wall.
Showmaker. That's, yeah, he's probably spamming that copy pasta in his brain right now. Moham gonna flash under the turret. Pyoshik gets stunned under there. It's another turret shot into him, and the Ignite nearly takes him down, but Pyoshik will survive. Not quite the trade KT were looking for. They're going in again, though, aiming in a bit of trouble. Flash forward from Beryl, and the fourth shot from Dev gets the first blood, and that is the trade they were looking for.
Weird spot, but I've already seen him push him once. His Beryl's up here.
Yeah, Showmaker in a lot of trouble. He doesn't have flash. Remember, he used it before. Now the all-out comes out. He is going to throw his ult in, but flash forward from Perfect might be enough. He gets that last auto in. As Lucid nearby, but it's 1v3. He's got Moham here as well. It's just a clean gank from Beryl.
And KT's early games have just looked so good. Back-to-back, last game, pretty intelligent roams, great timings from Pyoshik. This time it's just all about the mid lane here in this exchange. Bottom lane, obviously great flashes. Here we go, Beryl in again. He's just not stopping.
Yeah, the peel here, though, on a Beryl is quite good. They don't have the damage, though, and they get baited into this one. As Beryl, the mind game, she picks up another kill for the team. As now Showmaker is here. A lot of low health bars. BDD in a lot of trouble, has to flash over the wall. And he's almost definitely going down, unless Ingen goes down first. But no, 1Q will get the job done. And the Grubs are actually denied from here.
Pyoshik is very far away from any help, so I think we'll have to give this scuttle up at...
But with the TP coming in from Kingen, it's actually KT Rolster that are going to give this one up. So enough pressure and no sums on Def potentially. They just say, well, we don't get the pick we were looking for. We're just going to back away. It's not going to be Chemtech Soul this time. So that is the next Drake.
Could be Infernal Force Romana. That's been a lot more common. So going to be less tanky. As he wants to be a late game carry, not just a tank that also has scaling properties.
Moham just kind of walks past him. Kingen nearly dies, and Beryl's just going to lock down Moham, but BD very far down the lane. Might not be punished here, but here comes Lucid and aiming, both running this way. Maybe trying to punish Beryl here, as so many members of DK are in the area. Just going to throw a bullet time into the Leona, as now everybody's getting locked down. In goes Pyoshik, but he is alone, and Moham's going to survive. Showmaker very far forward, might be punished, but Pyoshik's going to go down, and pulled through the wall is Showmaker. He will flash to get away, and that means DK just pick up 2 kills just like that.
Okay, messy fight. KT's super disjointed. They almost kill Kingen, but don't quite. They almost have the Maokai engaged to turn things around, but he's a little bit too far away. They almost snipe Moham, but he's going to be blocked there. So That's going to be the Herald going over as well as the kills. Dplus actually taking a gold lead. The Locket building Pioshik. Did not go Leandri's first.
Yeah, I actually don't mind Leandri's second. I feel like at least one tank item is necessary in this meta. Like you were talking about in the first game, like the Leandri's with the poke, with the saplings, it still matters. Is Kingen in a bit of trouble. Down comes Mom just to keep him alive, but that lane has, a big engage. This time from Moham on the rail, catches 2, and that is just free. KT cannot get in onto the Drake.
Should be 2 dragons to Dplus off of the play, 2 kills. Kingen lives topside, he's still scaling. And KT losing control of this game fast again, having a nice, very early game. It is Mountain, so maybe they can start stacking those up for perfect here. And the Jhin and the Leona and the tank Mountain, okay? Or they look very sloppy and uncoordinated and unprepared. And this is one of those secondary options in this game. It's still only 1,400 the gold lead here, but
Showmaker, his opportunity. And he will get a bunch of poke damage.
Barrel?
Does get Barrel in. Barrel just going to assassinate Showmaker, who is not very tanky at this point in time. Nice lineup here from DK as now the sleep is going to come in. And a massive bullet time once again forces the flashes away. So many low health bars on the side of KT, but they're still going forward. Lucid! And he goes for the arm guard, but he's probably, no, he's going to get away, and he flashes out of that one. Aiming takes down the Leona, who just goes a bit too far. I mean, set the trap in a really good spot when you're juggling all the bullets at the same time. It's a lot of stuff that you have going on. The first Mountain Drake is going to be spawning here in about 45 seconds, and as of right now, DK are in a better spot to go for that one. KT actually angling up towards the top side, but they have a nice timing here where they can take the turret down back. Yeah, I mean, you mentioned it before, the Mountain Drake's so valuable for KT, so I feel like DK still don't want to just give one away, but if they could get their Smolder to 225, that would be huge. As in goes perfect, not going to get a knock up. As everybody kind of posturing on the Drake, DK not overcommitting just yet. Moam actually going to crash down away, and now the Maokai ultimate comes in. They're just going to back out of this one, but KT, they want more. They want to engage as the sleep is coming down, but Lucid is getting so low. As in goes Showmaker, he finally hits something, a massive bullet time, lines them all up. They run straight into aiming, and Lucid is still alive in this match.
There's the stacks.
And Dplus is just going to go down. Nice try, as he was on the long-term chase, and Lucid gets away again. Now, we talk about the Leona so good into the MF, but we have not seen the MF shut down at all in this game.
They're going to start Baron here. Barrel trying to look for Moham's flank.
Oh, Jin's going to open up here. They want to get Lucid, but he's got Zhonya's completed, and now the Smolder's online. The MF's in a perfect spot. Showmaker will go down, but the damage is not coming from Showmaker. It's a triple kill for Aiming, who now has 9 kills in this game, and they will take down the Baron here at 26 minutes.
You know, it's been very rare. In fact, we haven't seen it this season, but it's been rare in general between these two teams.
You rarely ever see that, if at all. Like double the value of items at 27 minutes into the game. That's insane.
That doesn't happen in solo queue games where like somebody goes 0-4.
Well,
I mean, it can, but it doesn't always happen.
AFK Timo begs to differ. Yeah, so DK, I mean, at this point, we've gone on and on about the MF. He is insanely fed, and I feel like this is now just their victory lap.
And yeah, I mean, the Baron just might end the game. They have this inhibitor. They could get a pick. They certainly could just end. Moam's got his ult back, so does Aiming. And they otherwise could just siege with this Smolder.
Yeah. They've got pretty good siege, you know, with the Lilia, the Smolder, even the MF herself. But with the wave cleared and the Baron buff, not too much longer, but Pioshik's just going to go in, nearly dies. Mom might take him down, not quite. As now trying to go in onto King, and again, he's not really the target. And there's no follow-up on the engage either. The Solar Flare now used, which means that Aiming can pretty much safely just throw in a bullet time whenever he wants.
You can't get on top of Moam either, because he will just turn that onto you instantly if you try to collapse on him. So he's actually very safe in the base. Doesn't care. It's a second inhibitor, and the siege continues. Baron's still up for 15 seconds.
Yep, just poking him down, doing more and more damage. The Atu gonna go down. Moham gonna take a turret shot as KT, one last try. They were thinking about it, but DK showing a lot of patience, you know, especially with this Mountain Drake up. They do not want to.
Dragon. Lucio will come over for the smite, but the majority of the damage done to it will be aimings, even with Leandres here for Lucid. So he's just going to back off.
If you're aiming, what item do you buy fifth? In kind of a vice grip in their base.
Yeah, Showmaker's in mid here on the cross as well.
KT, they gotta send it. They don't have anywhere else to go. They're gonna go in onto the front line as in goes Mohawk, catches everybody. The bullet time is just insane damage. Everybody is slept as well, as it's really the victory lap this time for the side of DK. A triple kill for Lucid. And man, that was a clean one from the side of DK, and it's a clean 2-0 from Dplus Kia to take down KT. And they will secure